Welcome, everyone, to the replay. All right. If you don't have water, a pen, and paper, you're going to need it. So grab it now. Love to know where you're tuning in from. If you're watching this, chuck it in the comments. So, okay, just quickly, this whole mentorship group space is a safe space. You are safe to express yourself. You can ask any questions. No question is a silly one. We're all here to learn and share. We all agree that what happens in the mentorship stays in the mentorship. So, congratulations on being inside this container. You've invested in yourself, in your health, in your future, and we're super pumped to be on this journey with you. Each week, we're going to drop our wins from the last week. So, a lot of you may have just started your business. Maybe you've got a new lead. Maybe you've learned something new and implemented it. You've been working on something or on yourself. Drop it in the comments. We want to hear your win from the past week. So this is a high vibe container where we're going to learn lots about ourselves, about our avatar, about content creation. We're going to boost our confidence. So many golden nuggets from those who have been in the space for years before us. And we're going to have heaps of fun. And we're going to do some really cool giveaways as well for those who make it to the end and go all in. So right here, right now, right at the beginning, let's set a goal for this container. I would love for all of us to have a go at setting a goal. This can be anything from a monetary goal, a rank goal, how many people will you help goal. I really love to set goals each month and set this as a minimum standard for my month going forward. I actually have multiple goals, and once I've completed one, I get to tick it off and then head for the next one. So, if you wanted to, you could have more than one. So you can work your way up over the next 6 to 8 weeks. So, for example, mine each month is to help 3 people have this beautiful water or business opportunity in their life. My second goal is to help 5 people. And my overall goal is to stay consistent in everything that I do. Then my fourth goal is to teach duplication. So to have my team making referrals so that they're growing as well. And yes, I have a few goals. More, I have more than this. I keep track of them on a whiteboard. So I chuck a whiteboard behind my computer. I have 3 monthly goals and 12 monthly goals too. I love to be able to check things off. So maybe this is something for you to implement. I'm a very visual person. Okay, amazing. So love for you to share your goals with us. Share them in the comments. Hashtag the replay if you're watching the replay. Okay, so my beautiful husband, Matt, in case you didn't know, Matt is my husband. He's come a really long way as well within himself in the past 18 months. And I know he's going to inspire you all with his mindset stuff. So take it away, my love.
Thanks for the very well intro, dear. So I'm just going to jump straight into talking about mindset. That's where the power is, that's where the money is. So I'm going to kick it off with something an incredible man once said. His name was Jim Rohn. He's an incredible author, entrepreneur, and speaker. So all life forms inherently strive to their maximum potential, except human beings. How tall will a tree grow? As tall as it possibly can. You've never heard of a tree growing halfway. Trees don't grow to half their potential and say, that's good enough. I've had enough, bugger it. That's good. But human beings have been given the dignity of choice. We can choose to be all or we can choose to be less. Mindset can be an extremely valuable tool, a tool that has the ability to shape who you are as a person in all forms of your life. This can either be positive or negative. So, a positive mindset is the one of building good habits that encourage growth, health, and prosperity. A negative mindset Well, that essentially acts like a leech, draining us of all drive and desire to succeed. Your mindset is being constantly shaped by the people around you, the environments you're exposed to, and many other external forces. Some, yeah, are helpful, some are pretty damaging. How how do I know this? Well, basically I live both sides of that coin. I used to believe that to succeed, I had to get a good education, then learn a trade and stick that out until retirement because that was the only kind of job worth having. That was what was the sensible option. So those beliefs were passed down by my parents, mainly my old man. He comes from a construction background. It's all he's ever known. He's, I think he's 65 now, and he's still grinding on the tools at least 5 to 7 days a week. It's nuts. And as a teenager who didn't know any better, of course I thought that was the right and only path to take. And it's only really the last, well, it's been 15 years roughly, and I'm only just realizing that there was another way. So, so this is just one example of how external forces, often things out of our control, can have such a big impact on how we make decisions. It's ingrained in us from a young age when we're the most impressionable. So who else got told, if you sit too close to the TV, you get square eyes? And now who else says that exact same thing to their kids? I can sure name a few. But I guess now it'll be rectangle eyes and it doesn't really have the same effect, though, does it? But when we're told we can't do something, we must do it a certain way, that belief can really dictate how we live our lives if we allow it to. But here's the thing, we don't always get to choose the messages that we're exposed to, but we do get to choose how we process them. We get to decide what category to put them in, whether it's helpful, harmful, truth, or just bullshit. And not every external influence is a bad one. So you got the opinions of those who have turned their lives around, the wisdom of the ancient philosophers captured in those amazing books, mentors who have done the work, those those can elevate us if we allow them. So here's a challenge for you. You don't have to get too carried away with, logging this all in memory banks right now. We're going to touch on this later. But think of a time when someone or something influenced you, changed how you acted, or made you question your worth. And ask yourself, was it constructive or destructive?
Hmm.
Does it still serve you today? Is it a reflection of who you are now? And if not, how can you reframe it so it aligns with the version of yourself that you're becoming? All right, I'll go first to break the ice. So, from a young age, I was told that I was inadequate, not good enough. I can't do this, can't do that. Why are you doing that? All that kind of jazz. That belief was 100% destructive, and I carried that for a long ass time. This is actually the first time I've publicly said that or said it to anyone else besides my wife. No, it didn't serve me, still doesn't. And it's definitely not a reflection of who I am now. So I'm reframing it. I am not inadequate. I am more than adequate. In fact, I'm becoming the best fucking version of me, and I give everything my all. And I know that the old me will be looking up to this present me in awe, like, dude, look at you now. That that's the power of reframing. So if you're brave enough, I challenge you, drop your answer in the comments if you did get that, or when we go through it later, you can share it with someone you trust. Now, let's talk about the key to building a rock solid mindset. One word, discipline. Discipline is the single most important factor in developing a winner's mindset. It's like Kangen water for your brain. It hydrates your purpose. Discipline is the foundation of habits. It's the desire to change and the action that follows that desire. Not tomorrow, today. Discipline is about long-term gratification, whereas procrastination is about short-term comfort. And the most powerful form of discipline is self-discipline. Self-discipline is waking up early when you'd rather sleep in, making your bed when no one's watching you and without anyone nagging you, brushing your teeth every morning and night, even when you're bloody exhausted, and showing up when that little voice says, I can't be bothered. So remember what Jim Rohn said about the dignity of choice? Whenever I try to cheat myself, settle for less, back out of something, his words always echo through my mind to help me push through and correct myself. Those micro disciplines, they're the same exact behaviors that carry over into your business, into your relationships, your body, your finances, your entire life. Disciplines are built by a consistent craving to be better, even in the face of adversity or temptation. That's how I built mine. So let me give you a version of where I came from. So my old habits were rooted in poor, terrible choices. I smoked and then I vaped. And that's a great example of swapping one bad habit for another. But then I went next level and smoked and vaped at the same time. I drank way too much alcohol. I lived off energy drinks. I drank no water. Literally had the belief that if I drank too much or if I drank a cup here and there, it would make me feel sick. Ridiculous. The only exercise I really got was getting out from the couch, pausing my brain draining like TV show and dopamine inducing doom scrolling to get another drink. My eating, or really lack of, was complete rubbish. Snacks, processed garbage, convenience over nutrition. So my first step to change was swapping alcohol for energy drinks. No, swapping alcohol and energy drinks for water. Sorry, that was a total. That one change required me to let go of the short-term pleasure of those disgusting, terrible acidic energy drinks and stay focused on my long-term discipline. And it paid off. It was a catalyst. From that one change, I started stacking new wins. I started focusing on nutrition rather than convenience. I started hitting the gym. It's really become my religion and just another member of our family. I've thrown out the TV shows and scrolling and replaced it with educational growth focused like podcasts and books, all in the name of pushing me forward. That's how I did it, really. But one discipline and then another and another. And then I quit the smokes. I did that 100% cold turkey. It was after about 15 years or so. And then vaping was at the same time gone, just like that. And the real kicker is I actually enjoyed smoking right up until I quit. But I knew deep down that it was destructive, it was a shit habit that didn't serve me. So I made the decision, set the intention, and then stuck to it. So now I really despise the smell. And like that's the power of a constructive mindset plus discipline. So what I've done is create multiple disciplines that are now second nature. They've become habits. This is the principle of habit stacking. One small discipline after another. It's three basic steps, really. Discipline, habit, repeat. Start small, build up, let the compounding effect change your life. The outcome these steps have made in my life are massive. From unambitious, lazy, content with living like the same mediocre average life to now constantly striving for growth and to the best I can and always seeking that next step. That's why something as seemingly as minor as making your bed every morning can affect how you show up in your business, in your conversations, and the opportunities you create for yourself or that show themselves to you. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. So if you want to make real shift in your life, start today. Take action now. Stay focused. Do the reps. Stack the wins. And remember, it's okay to have moments of self-doubt or disbelief. We all we all do. What really matters is how quickly and intentionally you move through them. Don't let them linger. It's fine. Acknowledge them, let them go because they do not serve you. Be disciplined, stay consistent, grow because the version of you who does that, they're already waiting. You just have to meet them. All right. Who's ready to crush it? Get pumped. All right. Back to you, dearest. What do you got for us now?
Well, I was going to ask you what your top three books are. Um, but I feel like you've spoken about Jim Rohn so much, and I love Jim Rohn as well, that they're going to be that. But share with us what your top three books are.
Okay. Well, yes, anything from Jim Rohn. I love all this stuff. The Power of Ambition is a good one. I'm actually going through his like greatest hits. It's incredible. But one that really started my change was GoPro by Eric Worre.
Mm.
Great book, incredible read. And How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Incredible book.
Good books. I like them. Mine at the moment that I'm really, I was just thinking about feeling a little bit obsessed with is Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. So I'm gonna pump that out today. And yeah, yeah, I love that one so far. And another one that I've been really obsessed with, and it will depend on your background, um, is Homeless to Billionaire. I'll drop it because I can't remember the name of the guy. I always get his name middled up, so I'll drop that in the comments or something. So also would love to hear your favorite books as well. Let us know in the post that this is going to be in because we always want to be reading new books. It's so good for our mind. It's so good to learn. So, my love, you've got an exercise for us. I'm going to share my screen.
Mute me. Sorry, I was muted. So yes, I do have an exercise for us. There's two. Now the first one is called the Tale of Two Wolves activity. So what this is about is what wolf are you feeding? And this is really to help you become aware of your daily thoughts, choices, and your habits, and whether they're feeding the empowering, like the empowering side of yourself, or the destructive side of yourselves. There's actually an old fable where this kind of activity came from. It's quite interesting. So it goes like this. An old Cherokee is teaching his grandson about life. Inside me, there are two wolves, he says. One is evil, full of anger, envy, regret, guilt, resentment, lies, and ego. The other is good, full of love, joy, peace, humility, kindness, empathy, and truth. These two wolves are always fighting. The grandson thinks for a moment and asks, well, which one wins? The old man replies, the one that you feed. So the activity for this is about, there's two parts to it. So the first part, you do this over the course of a week. And the first bit is daily reflection. So each night before bed, reflect on your day. Now, as you go back through your day, do you notice whether fed the positive wolves or the negative wolves? The reason for this is self-awareness and choosing to see each situation in a positive or negative light. It's about reframing your mind. This is what we've already just spoken about. Now, part two is it's like an awareness prompt. Ask yourself, what patterns am I noticing? Who or what triggers me to feed the wrong wolf? What small shift can I make tomorrow to feed the good wolf? So that's activity one. And activity two is what I've already mentioned about, but it's think of a time when someone or something influenced you, changed how you acted, or made you question your worth. So, four questions. First one is, was it constructive or destructive? Does it still serve you today? Is it a reflection of who you are now? If not, how can you reframe it so it aligns with the version of yourself that you're becoming? So that's all for that. And we will post this. Well, it's probably already posted as a post. But yeah, I'll hand it back to you.
Cool. So yeah, there's always a reason why we're doing each of these things. And mindset is obviously so important. It's to set you up each day with a peaceful mind that's ready to get you cracking in your day and in your business. So just take a minute to think about if anything right now that you actually just do for you. And I don't mean clean the house or take out the rubbish. I mean strictly for you. So if you don't currently do anything, that's okay. Now is the time to have a think about what will bring you a peaceful mind and body so you're ready for your day. So if you just, yeah, take a moment. For me, I get up early in the morning. I go out onto the grass. We've got this beautiful big apple tree. I just ground. That's it. That's like so simple. I'm not doing anything. I'm just giving any unwanted energy to this big, beautiful tree or to the ground. Um, Something else that I do is actually both of us, Matt and I, we light an incense. It's just the vibe that it brings into our home, just chills everything out. And it's so simple, you know. Something else that I do is I do a meditation. So each morning, as long as Opie doesn't wake up beforehand, I do a 20-minute. I have a massage chair. So I sit in my massage chair and I do a 20-minute meditation. And I might rotate that with just like doing it on the couch, just like in peace and silence. And I know for you, Matt, that 6 days a week you go to the gym and that is your thing that you've got to do. So I've got another activity for us. Oop. All right. So this one's all about us as well. And I want you to really take your time and go deep on this one. It's really, really important to dig deep. And I'm going to tell you why next week. This week is really packed with mindset and getting to know yourself better. So, what are your dreams, your fears, your values, your desires, and your frustrations? I'm going to give you a few of mine when I did this exercise. So, my dreams are to travel all over the world, um, just to have and feel the freedom. I don't want to be held down. Choices in all ways. If we want to get up and travel, then that's really, really close to my heart. I want to do $1 million years. I want to support causes close to my heart. I want to have multiple homes. I've got tropical vibes written down in Thailand or somewhere that we find that we just really, really love. And I also really want to support my wider family as well. Some of my fears are not making it all happen, of failing, regret of not jumping in and taking action on opportunities that are handed out to me. Um, think the fear that this business or this life will cost me the time with my family. So that's one of my biggest ones is I really, family is so close to my heart and I don't want to miss out on my time with my family. Trying so hard and not getting the success, showing up fully, um, just not giving it my all. So my values, family time, connection to the earth, to plants, personal growth is a huge one on both mine and Matt's core values. My desires are to just have a more conscious, deep friend circle, show our kids a completely different life, impact people, speak on stage. There's a lot of desires there. My frustrations are potentially attracting the wrong people into my life. Um, Doing all the things and getting nowhere, holding myself back because I don't do the inner work, I don't do the embodiment, and it holds me back and not taking action. So yeah, really, really go deep um, on those because we're going to go over what that means for us next week. Okay, I'm going to stop this share. So we're coming to the end of our first meeting. All of our activities for this week will be posted um, inside our group. So your answers can be shared in the post if you choose to share. So we can offer support. They can also be shared in our chat group, and you'll be added to the chat group. Beautiful. So next week we've got the beautiful Natasha. She's going to give us all of her value from her 7 years in this business. We're going to be able to ask her any questions that we want and giveaways. Okay. So at the end of the 6 to 8 weeks, we have a $200 cash money for the most sales and most referrals closed during this container. If you are new to this business and you're not yet closing your own sales or you would like any sort of help, reach out to whoever your upline is because there's more than just our team in this group. So if your upline's Natasha or Marie or Brody or whoever your upline is, reach out to them, get them crushing sales for you so you can take away that $200 cash. We've also got $149 cash back to the person that just goes all in, that just does their best, goes all in, gives it their all. So this is a great cashback for ads. um, yeah, beautiful. Okay. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I hope that we have brought some value to you and we look forward to your shares inside our group. Have a beautiful night.